To get your practice in, to level up and get the attachments for the helicopters, I highly recommend using 2 of my server codes here. You can go in and let other people join into the game, or you can put a password on the lobby and it'll just backfill with bots, so you still get full XP, but it gives you a chance to just fly around and test the controls out. If you want, this lobby has no anti-air ground units and there's no anti-air vehicles, or you can leave anti-airs on. It's an extra target to actually smash, which is nice with that code. You can also just search StoneMountain 64, and I have on the server browser area, you can see existing lobbies and then host off of those, or you can search by experiences and then take that experience and host it your own there. So good luck out there. This might be a tough lobby, ladies and gentlemen. We are hopping into the jets. Both of my jets have just been getting owned. They have not been in this game for the whole beginning of it. Let's see if I can get in a stealth jet and turn this around. Our team is doing pretty good. We've got a lot of the points secured so far, and I'm going to try and start with the stealth jet, which we got. So we're going to try and get airborne. The main targets for us are going to be the enemy jets. And there is a great trick that chat told me, and then we just watched Silk's video on, where you can do some V-tapping to get some incredible turning speed. The highest priority kill is always the enemy stealth jet first, because they are the best against other jets. So now I should be able to take the other attack jet out, now that that's clear. I have a heli on board here, and then I also have caps lock set for my map, so I'm just going towards the edge of the map. You can see in the bottom left, at the very edge of the map. And there is a jet flying right over the middle of the map right now, so we're going to see if we can get on him without him realizing that we're coming in. Get right behind him here. A little bit of a thrust to catch up. Oh, my camera just totally screwed up on me there. Now, I ought to stay very high altitude since I'm over his base, but I still don't think he realized I was even on him. But I'll talk about the V-tapping in a second. For now, let's see if we can take this guy out. And there's literally nothing he can do about that. You got to just keep looking behind you and be aware of where the other jet is. That should be your #1 priority when you're ever in a jet. Figure out where the other jets are first. Now we can have a little bit of time in the sky since we have full control, and the helis are very weak to the jets in general. Not the greatest strafe there, but we at least did some damage, and we did get an assist. So I'm going to try and fly back around. No instant spot on the helis, and they might be dead, actually. Quick check of the map, and I don't see them there either. Oh, jet's on me. We're dead. Okay, yeah. Exactly what I did to the other guy. That's how fast it goes. I did spot him. Tried to make a maneuver, but it's also... You know what? Maybe I should have done a forward roll on it. But either way, honestly, as soon as you start to roll, you completely open your face to the enemy, and then you're such an easy target. Maybe what I should have done there is just full thrusted and gone right over my base to try to have the anti-air pull them off me and then start to fight. That might have been the better play there. Hindsight. Okay, we might try that next time. Also, super important to note, they now have an anti-air up. This is a super important target. I won't be able to do a lot to it, but this is different than their base AA. They have a base AA that will just, it's AI controlled, will start shooting you. The mobile AA, whatever it's called, that thing will drive around and start shooting you. Main priority, right off the rip, I spotted a jet out here, and I'm going to try and just dart past them, and then once we get behind them, then we start rolling. And I did some nice V-tapping there to get behind him, but he's already... No, he's been shot out, so his engine's failed there. He's got to be low health. Tagged him once. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Just going to roll without hitting spacebar here. This guy's already on fire, so he's pretty much cooked. But I still got to deliver the finishing blow. There it is. There it is. Let me make sure the other jet is not with us here. Not seeing anything marked on the map. Not behind me is always the best place to check first, because that's when you're cooked. But you see what I'm doing here to make these turns a little sharper. What you can do in this game is thrust vectoring. So if I hit boost with W, you see it turns the afterburner on. If I hit boost with backwards, trying to brake, it actually will slow... It doesn't slow me down faster, but if you hit boost with backwards and hit pitch up, you will thrust vector up to slow your speed dramatically. You see, I dropped down to 135. I was stalling out. You can go all the way to 0 doing that. You can go from 500, 600 kilometers per hour down to 250 in just a couple of seconds. Super, super fast braking. But you can also do this forward. So if I hit pitch down or the other direction, I can do it that way. The problem is, if you try to use this for turning, when you do the pitch up and you brake like that, I'm trying to afterburn. I'm trying to keep it stuck up. It doesn't stick. You pull up like this, and then the jet will fall back in line before it starts moving forwards again. But the trick is, if you just tap it, what Silk mentioned is called V-tapping, you still always hold spacebar, but just tap S and shift, or brake and afterburner, both of those at the same time. You see how it just kind of luffs it up a little bit, and you get a much sharper turn. You still want to target about 340 miles per hour for that turn, but if you do it too much, you'll feel the jet gets away from you. But if you just tap it a little bit, or maybe just give it like 2 or 3 taps, and then get back on the afterburner, you can get a super sharp turn. So I'm just hitting a couple taps, try and bring it around. I keep spinning. I'm trying to keep a center line as well. Oh, there he is. And we're just looking for that jet when we're spinning in a dogfight. And then we got him. So we want to get him off our back as quick as we can, but we also got to reacquire target as fast as we can. And as the stealth jet, you really should never lose any 1v1s, especially against the attack jet. If that's the case, you got to just hop into some bot lobbies again and just keep practicing there. You're still going to lose. Like, it's not impossible for you to die, but you got to gauge your skill level on it. So now that it's clear, I'm going to be better at taking out the helis as well here. And I used too much of my stuff, and we're over their bases, so this is really bad. Woo! Yep. My tactic that I use, it feels like I have a little less... Oh, there's the anti-air there. We got to stay high. It almost feels like I have less belt time to shoot on this. Like, it overheats very quickly, this gun. So I'm not used to it yet. At least compared to the last games that I was practicing on. Okay, that gave us our repair. We're going to go around for one more repair, and I do see the other jet up there. What just gave you the repair? So when you fly over the base, it'll repair you. So you want to go over this runway. You don't have to be too low, but there is a slight cooldown on it as well. All right, this jet might try to come after me here. Try and turn around as quickly as I can. And I'm going to try and turn behind him here. Since we're going up, I'm going to add a little bit afterburn. I want to try and get to 340 for the turning speed. And I saw one above me there for just a second. I'm going to try and get on this one. He's turning more this way. See if we intercept him. We catch those white trails. Yeah, this guy's still on me, though, so we cannot go for kill. We're going to do a couple taps. Now, he does get my engine disabled there. We should be able to still turn. So I'm going to afterburner up. I still need more speed. We want about 340. We're going to do a couple V-taps. Again, back to afterburner on the sky. He should not be able to stay on me like this. Afterburn again. You see he's already peeled off me here, but the other jet's now here. So I think I'm going to hit this one first. This is the attack jet, though. This is not the one that I need to be prioritizing, unfortunately. Couple V-taps for a sharp turn. He's going to force crash. He tried to keep rolling there. I might have disabled his engines, though. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And I think I just saw it ping over on the other side of the map here. The other jet. I lost him if it did. Okay, we do have an anti-air down on this north side of the map as well. We got to be a little careful, but I think we've stabilized. So a lot of pressure very quickly there, but we handled it pretty well, and I probably should have prioritized the stealth jet, but we had a good angle on the attack one and fortunately got the job done on it. Now we can try and go in for some runs. Now, there's a new ability on this gun. On this jet, rather, which is the bombing runs. I don't actually know what they're called, but you see my 4 ability is these bombs that I can drop. I'm just going to head back to base and reload them as well. And I feel like they are completely terrible. I don't like them. And it didn't reload me either. I'm not sure what the strategy is with this. It seems like it's super hit or miss if this actually works or not. But we could try to get some damage on this just for funsies. Oh. Guess it's dead. Okay, new jet is taking off here. So we wait until we get behind him, so that way he doesn't get any free shots on us. And then we start spinning. He was spinning this way as well. Just looking for any sign of him or audio of him. And there's an anti-air shooting us there now. I did too much thrust vectoring. There he is. I'm going to do a little braking and just a nice strafe on him there. Once I'm in range of him, I'm no longer using my spacebar either. I'm only using my mouse, and so I can run out of mouse pad if I do that, if I keep pulling down. And when I do, that's when I hit spacebar while I recenter my mouse. I'll hold spacebar while I pick up my mouse, so I can get it back on target there. Oh, that helo was going down. I was seeing if I could sneak some damage on it. Now, they have double helis up right now. This is very bad. I need to help on this. Whoever controls Charlie objective on this map gets a second helicopter, or you can go and steal theirs, but... ton of damage on them there. I got to make sure I don't trigger their anti-air. I'm going to do a couple V-taps for a quick turn and burn. And I think... no, that wasn't him. Oh, there he is. He's going back to base. Even if we just force them back to base, that's fine, because they're not able to pressure the objective. And unfortunately, this is where an anti-air would be really nice. That's a tough spawn, but my spidey senses were tingling that he was about to come online as well. It's about a 90 seconds for a respawn. Now, this is dangerous, because we're very close to their anti-air. Oh, no! Pull out! Pull out! Hit the afterburners! This is very bad. Now we're low health already, and their jet just spawned in, so we got to make sure we get right behind them. Full priority is just on him right now. This is an attack jet. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, the attack jet's not too big of a threat anyways on us, but he's a major threat on the ground. Have you been enjoying this compared to Warzone / the CODs? Dude, just the fact that we have jets in this game to fly and, like, the vehicles, it's just such a breath of fresh air for me in terms of playing something different, you know? As long as we have some time to pull out. It's very difficult to hit the infantry. Sometimes you can get a guaranteed pass. I'm still working on my aim, clearly. But when they're pinged, that's the beauty of a nice ping. You can actually do some damage. And I tried to wait on the flare. It seems like it came more from their base. You can also still yaw while you're in the free camera as well. You can see I'm yawing it up. And I'm just going to try and take out some of the helis or keep pressure on them. Not going to be the biggest asset or the highest kills on the team, but it will help out with the resource management, as Silk puts it, for the rest of our team, which is very important. Where's the option for the static cam? That's the third-person roll setting. I have that in my tips video as well, but I can also show that after this since it is relevant to the jets, and I think that guy just died. This is why, like, I would love to have another option for a build, though, where it's like I can get a cannon that's maybe not as good against vehicles, but I could still kill infantry with it, like a 30 mil cannon. Or if there was an option for a, like, hydropod or something instead of the anti-air. The rocket pods that have been in some of the previous games. That guy's going to get a free repair, but we got to dip off this way. And again, we're still applying pressure, so should give our team plenty of time to control the map with the tanks. Our attack jet is doing pressure to those tanks. And what's even crazier is we can actually pre-take out the vehicle as well. Take a little bit of anti-air there, but actually we're fine. Their heli's taking back off here. The other thing that you could do is I could even hop out and steal their attack jet, which I think would be the absolute play. But here comes that heli. The heli really doesn't have much of a chance on me. As long as, if a heli's on you, as long as you start climbing altitude, they have to pitch themselves so high up to try and lock onto you. They end up crashing into the ground or getting in a bad position or climbing too high in altitude in the first place. Good vehicle damage connection there with my bomb, but I still have never got a kill with that before. And the problem is, most people that are in the tanks are engineers, so they just hop out and engineer the vehicle. So unless you're applying bomb pressure onto a tank like in the middle of the map that's already under pressure or one that's weak, you don't usually do too much to it. Hey, there we go. Finding some of the aim for the infantry kills. Still got their heli pinned back at their spawn. And again, they keep locking me, but it doesn't matter because we're far enough away. We have our flares. We wait for the flares on cooldown, so he never stands a chance. Then he gets bored and stops flaring us. And then also, if worse comes to worse, we play below radar. Sometimes you piss off players enough, though, that they start coming after you. The stealth jet isn't a super big infantry one in the first place, though, so typically you don't anger a lot of the infantry, and they don't switch to anti-air on you. At least not from most of my perspective. So this jet's right on our ass here. I'm going to immediately start pulling up, but he got a good shot on me. Well done. Yeah, you die extremely quickly in the jets. They're pretty much... Same thing with the helicopters, honestly. They're pretty much glass cannons. They will they do so much damage to the right target, but they will die very, very quickly. I do think the heli actually has a decent amount of health, at least against this one. Sometimes I have to two-pass the helis. Maybe over time, we will be able to get more kills. But as a returning pilot here, and even when I used to pilot, I was never this good. I think I'm better than I really ever have been so far. Of course, it's also still very early in the life cycle of the game. It's pretty much just came out. There we go. Oh, see a little bit too much vector in there. A little too much of a tap. That was more of a hold rather than a tap. The other thing that's kind of weird is every time you hit the map, you got to recenter it. So you got to actually pull it with your mouse. Left click and drag the map. I don't really like that. Don't have any targets marked on the ground here. Oh, no. That's the anti-air. Okay. Good night. Gotta stop trying to loop right away. Yeah, that's the dude. It just completely exposes my jet, so it's not the right move for sure. Especially if they're far enough away, it's just not the right move. I'm giving them free kills. But we're getting there. Might force crash. That was all the way from their spawn. That was the anti-air from spawn, I think.
We've neutralized objective Echo.
All right, here's a jet.
Hostiles are assaulting Charlie.
I shot actually way too early there, but the game was about to end, so I wanted to kill him before it was over. I gave up my my surprise approach on him. So we are losing this game. We're joining a little bit late. Our stealth jet's dead and heli's dead, which is not a great sign. That tells me that their jets are doing a good job. Maybe their anti-air is too. Maybe they've controlled the D-point anti-air. But we should be able to help turn the tide, take that jet and heli down, and help control the map. Right off the rip, always instantly go for the vehicles. This is an attack jet, so this is the priority target. But if they have a stealth jet, I'm going to get killed. So I got to be very quick on this. And I see the heli there. Bad turning by me there. He might force crash. This guy definitely knows what he's doing. Oh. I'm going to hit a couple V-taps, get ahead on his turn, and he's going to force crash there. Phenomenal. I'm gonna just climb to altitude, and little trick you can tell when you get, I think it's 700 meters, 750 is the skybox on this one, on this map. We'll do a map check. They do have a stationary anti-air and tank at mid-map, but I do not see their stealth jet, which is what's concerning me right now. Hoping he's not behind me. Just rain some bullets down, honestly. It'd be fun if we had the anti-air missile, though, because then at least if we even had a... I'm just going to do a bombing run on Delta. Maybe that's how I can get some value out of it. I love how the thrusters wiggle around, too. That's so funny to me. Just refresh my bombs here. It's a UAV. Way, dude, they made the UAVs way higher in the sky. That's what that is. Already getting locked, unfortunately, but that's okay. We just got to make sure that attack jet is out of the sky. That guy definitely knew what he was doing. If we let him stay in the sky, he's going to take all the tanks down. I hear a jet. Not sure if it's a friendly one. I do see the friendly jet, and there's their enemy one. So we'll try and get on this guy right away. I think this is attack jet, so I think we should be fine. Is it the stealth? He's going all the way to the skybox. He might rend-a-zook me. Okay, so is this game broken? Hi. I noticed this last time, too. My bullets just disappeared when I was too high up in the skybox. That's how you rend-a-zook, though. You take an enemy jet to the skybox and stall, and then you launch them. Jet's behind me. I'm dead. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. He may not know that I know, though. And then I can outturn him. Okay, it worked. Actually, I should flip around and then go for the turn on him. Didn't see him there. That's very bad that I didn't see him. He might be getting on me right now. There he is. Okay, so I'm going to wait till I'm behind him. Then I go for the turn, and I think he's going to be forced to go high. So I'm going to try and anticipate high. He forces off because he can't turn it. So I flip around. We go back on him. He tries to flip again, but we spot it. Oh, I accidentally flare. I'm killable. Got him. That's like the opposite of what we did in the other games. We got caught when we went for the instant spin. He needed to kill me before I got around. The other pilots that we were with earlier killed me before I even got the turn down. And this is a problem there. We could try a super high bombing run, but I've never actually successfully done it. But maybe that's how we can get the kills. Gotta see if we can figure it out. Let's try it. If I switch to the front cam... Okay, it still doesn't even show me yet. All 4 of those missiles just connected. I was trying to dump it onto the anti-air. He also may have gotten out of it, but that was pretty good. Maybe that's the way that I utilize this. I do super high bombing runs rather than trying to do like a dive run with the other ones. Let's see. That actually might kill something. Go! That's my first kill! It's altitude bombing runs that we do with it. Wait a second. Did I just see something in the top left? Wait a second. We got a jet here.
Attention, we're attacking objective Foxtrot.
Dude, the turn is just too sharp on this, man. It's too good. I was so uninspired, so unimpressed by the stealth jet, but I've completely changed my mind already. I've completely changed my mind. Don't end the game. I'm just heating up. Also, I promise I will get some more practice in, and I will upload some more of these videos for you guys. Give it a like if you enjoy some of the jet gameplay and the vehicle gameplay I've been doing. Here are my settings. I'm still running 40 for the mouse sense, and this is still base 100. It might make sense to turn it up to 200. Here's some of the other sensitivities. I'm also 800 DPI as the point of reference. I think I forgot to mention that in my last video. Now, for the aircraft blinds, these are pretty much stock. However, there's some massively important ones that you need to change. Not a super big deal, but the big map I have set to caps lock. I couldn't get the mouse forward ping to work. whenever I click, or even middle mouse, whenever I click a mouse button, it opens the map, but it will not close it. So I don't know if what I'm doing wrong for that. If anybody knows, let me know. Nonetheless, ping button is there. The biggest things you need is spacebar for pitch down. Left alt is what I like to use for pitch up, especially in this one. What you're doing is you're hitting Shift, S, and spacebar for that upwards lift, and you're hitting left alt for the nose dip, which you didn't see me utilize much there. Maybe I'll have some more use for it in the future. And then free look off of the mouse button so you can just whip around all the time. Massively, massively important. But this will make it, especially on mouse, so you don't have to keep pulling down and down and down and down. If you've ever tried to fly, you will learn very quickly that you have to keep doing that. And what you want to do, I mentioned this, is you pull down when you're fine-tuning going for the shot. You're pulling down, and then if you have to pick up, you hold spacebar down while you reposition your mouse. It's going to be full turn speed when that happens. You might even need to flutter it a little bit, but you're not trying to just stay on the spacebar all the time. You're trying to get back to your mouse so you can get the fine-tuned aim. And then you're using A and D to actually yaw and aim it as you're going. It's really hard to do that, especially against ground units, and I've been getting better at it. But even Silk's comment was, you really just want to roll with the mouse, roll, and then go up and down with the mouse again. So that's how you can get that pinpoint aim for it. But we'll see. We'll keep getting the practice in. Give it a like. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. StoneMountain 64, over and out.